Congratulations. You found the Twin Cities Hit Show with Rusty, Courtney, and Chuck.
Well, what do you know? It's time to go. Listen to the Twin Cities Hit Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Reach for this one.
And now, a real hit show.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Live from the Twin Cities.
I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
It's the Twin Cities Hit Show.
All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Top of the world!
Let's get this hit show started.
Ooh, is it going to be a bumpy night?
Maybe.
Maybe. It's Tuesday, right? Here on the Twin Cities Hit Show.
Yes.
It is Tuesday indeed, sir.
All
Everybody we called a C word last week, that's when we're seeing them today.
Wait, what?
You know, see you next Tuesday?
Oh.
Yeah, and today's Tuesday, so we're going to see all those people that we
Okay.
called cunts.
No.
What?
C-U-T-T, see you this Tuesday now is what it's become.
Right, but what I'm saying is last week, if you called people that word, then you will see them today.
So uncomfortable.
I know. I'm sorry.
Hey, Courtney.
Awkward.
Smoke less weed.
Chuck,
What?
smoke more weed.
Yeah, I know. Okay. When?
Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday.
I'm Rusty Gatenby. This is the Twin Cities Hit Show.
I'm Chuck All. This is the Twin Cities Hit Show.
I'm Cody McClain. This is the Twin Cities Hit Show.
Where do we go from here?
Up.
And we'll see
Not
you
to-
tomorrow.
Not to Indiana, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's happening in Indiana right now with the Religious Freedom Act
yeah.
thing
Yeah.
that they just passed?
Yeah.
Well, Wilco just said they're not going to play.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Apparently the Washington governor, Seattle mayor banned official travel to India in wake of religious freedom. Indiana. I'm sorry, yes, not India.
India's done nothing
India's
wrong.
done well.
They have great food.
Well, they've got their own set of issues.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
like everybody.
The food in Indiana is amazing.
Cracker Barrel.
Just yesterday, Wilco canceled their performance in Indiana. Do you know the specifics of why this law is wrong? I saw a press conference where it says, hey, this is a federal law already.
Yes.
31 states have already accepted this law. So why y'all picking on Indiana?
It says here, according to The Atlantic, it contains 2 provisions that put new obstacles in the path of equality.
See, Indiana.
Yeah.
I knew you were up to something, see?
See? Well,
You'll get no Wilco, see?
and hopefully other people. And Jeff Tweedy, lead singer of Wilco, sexiest voice in rock and roll right
It is
now.
pretty good.
It's so.
Isn't his latest album done with his son?
Yeah, I think so. Like the Tweedies or
And,
something like that. They play
and
together.
Songs about his wife and such.
I don't
It's supposed to be
know.
very good.
Yeah, I'll bet it is.
For cute.
This is such a great. This album, holy crap! So this album came out. This is from Yankee Hotel Foxtrot. This album came out in like 2002, and I was dating this guy at the time, and I liked him a lot. But I was going to move to New York anyway. He puts on the first song of this album, which is called "I Am Trying to Break Your Heart," and then he goes into the shower, and I'm sitting there listening to the song for the first time, and I was just like, does this mean something? Why is he playing? Anyway.
And then you took it off and put on AC/DC's Highway to Hell
That's
and had
right.
him listen to it.
Then you
How
stabbed
about
him in
this,
the shower.
eh? How about some AC/DC?
Oh, really? You want to tell me something through a song? See? Well, there you go.
Was he able to get any satisfaction?
Oh, for God.
Oh, yes.
Supposed to be announced officially this morning.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I
I'll
heard
believe it.
about this
Supposed to be
yesterday.
announced officially this morning. But
Do we
they're
know
already,
what time?
Don't know, so keep your computer
7.
hot. Let's break it here if it happens.
Somebody,
7.
yeah, 7?
No.
Oh,
Come on, they've
Sweet.
teased us how many times over this?
You're not buying this.
They've
You're
already
like-
released through the rumor mill that it's going to be June 3rd at TCF Stadium. So.
Oh, okay.
But officially, the Rolling Stones are supposed to announce sometime this morning that their tour will continue in the United States, and Minneapolis, St. Paul will be part of it. And we will get satisfaction.
Yeah.
God, I hope they live that long.
Well, there is
Amen.
that.
Yeah.
Amen to that, right?
That's 2 months away.
Last time I saw the Stones was actually the best of like 7 or 10 times I've seen him. Mick Jagger still runs around like he's 25 years
Have you
old.
really seen them 7 or 10
Yeah,
times?
yeah.
Wow.
Saw him at Soldier Field back in the 70s. I've seen him every time they come here.
How do you remember that? Weren't you like 3?
I was in like 9th grade.
That's still so awesome that you get to see them. Oh my gosh.
Got to interview Mick Jagger, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Sure.
I think
He's
I remember
British, I think.
Could be.
Yeah, hard to tell. I've actually seen them. You've seen them more than I have. I've seen them about, let's think, 0 times. But it wasn't a great show.
Just not a fan?
No, I think. Well, I'm a decent fan, but I would love to see them live.
And see, I'm not a huge necessarily boner for the Stones. I just recognize where they place in the history of music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you can't deny they're a band to be reckoned with.
Right, exactly. And they're a band that created a lot of, they were innovators and pioneers alongside their contemporaries of the day.
And this song, it speaks to it, because this is like so early, and how far they came and how their music changed over the years. This is, stands out for the time.
So I would recommend everyone grab those tickets quickly, because it's probably going to sell out.
I think everyone will.
Yeah.
It's probably going to sell out in
like
10
5
minutes.
seconds.
Yeah.
Everyone will grab all the tickets.
I got connections.
I have a bolt cutter. We can get through that gate.
And so June 3rd, we did. We invited the Stones on the show, so maybe that morning, right? They'll be on the show. I would assume.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you Mick Jagger. I'm telling you, you're a pussy if you're afraid to come on our show.
You heard it here first.
He's having a birthday Monday and is celebrating. Yeah, there'll be money involved because he's celebrating with 2 shows starting Monday at I think it's Madison Square Garden. Eric Clapton is turning 70.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Time.
Let's see.
I heard the softer version of this song the other day, and I was like,
Yeah, when he plays that slow stuff, like the Layla really slow version, sucks. Yeah.
I'm not into it.
Yeah.
You're not into it.
You don't like Layla?
I don't mind. I like this version, the slower, like, unplugged version that he did in the 90s.
Yeah.
Meh. Yeah.
The one that I just can't believe that I don't even know if he performs it anymore.
Tears
but
for Heaven.
The song about his 4-year-old
Yeah.
son who
Tears from
died.
Heaven. Yeah.
Somebody made a horrible joke the other day saying that he had the song written
And then
and then
pushed us out the window.
Thank you for saying it, Chuck, so I
That's
didn't have
mean.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't technically push him. He encouraged him.
Such a beautiful song,
It is,
and it's just the story behind it. It's
Yes.
like, oh my god! Number one, wrote an awesome song, but how can you get through that song?
Yeah.
I don't know if he still performs it in concert or not.
Then this was like, this is the song that put him on the spot, put him on the map for like people of my generation, the younger people who weren't familiar with his work.
Wait, I
and,
thought
and Cream and
Kanye
whatnot.
done blowed up his career.
I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm
Eric
gonna let you finish.
Clapton.
I'm gonna let you fish.
All right, I'm sorry, Rusty. You're trying to have a moment.
Tearing up listening to this. You guys are bothering me.
It is a horrible.
I've never had a child, so I don't know what it means to lose.
Well,
a child.
and then he goes way back actually. Back in
Cream.
the 60s, man.
Yeah.
My brother was a huge Cream fan, so I'm familiar with.
I would go see this show, especially if he, unlike Sinead O'Connor, plays the hits.
Courtney,
I'm going to Eric Clapton. And message to the Rolling Stones: play the hits. So, just leaked, Zayn Malik, the guy who left One Direction.
Oh, yeah.
He's already at work on his solo project.
Of course he is, because that's what he had in his back
this
pocket.
stuff about stress with being in a popular band, blah, blah, you're going right back into it.
You know what that is? It's like a classic breakup. Oh, and it turns out I was seeing someone else the whole time. Yeah. Seriously, that's
He's already, this leaked, he's been working with a producer called Naughty Boy.
It's his rebound producer. That'll never work.
Well, I guess if you're in a band and it's not going the direction, pun intended, that you wanted it to, say in your life, that is stressful. Yeah. That is stressful to be able to put up this charade. So, You know, hopefully, maybe this is what's in his heart.
I guess.
I don't really care, you guys. I'm making it sound like I care.
We actually had
I
that
just
at
don't
our
give a
house.
shit.
Leah and I were trying to sing "Row, Row, Row Your Boat Around," and it's just like creatively we weren't on the same page.
Yeah,
like
right?
Lewis wanted to
So you
start
kicked her out of the house, and now she's got a solo house?
Yeah. My 8-year-old has a solo house, and it's a rebound house, like so many.
I'm trying to decide, Zane, is this a good move? The song it's aight. It's not
Oh, it just got bad.
angelic there.
Yeah, it got bad. That little chorus.
It sounds
thing
like
was terrible.
sounds like it's very like Bon Iver-ish.
I don't know who that is, but I don't.
Bon Iver?
No.
He's the guy he is the dude that came from Eau Claire or whatever, and had some big hits a few years ago. Won Grammy for Best Artist, and apparently he's been working with Kanye.
Oh.
Now, and he's.
Yes?
Okay. All right. It's
I'm
growing on me.
listening. I'm listening to it now, and
Oh.
it's like, yeah, this sounds like something that actually is a
Artsy.
whole. Yeah, it's a whole new audience that he's reaching out to.
Better than the tripe that One Direction puts out.
Good luck, Zane. Don't say that. My
He's-
daughter's going to the show when they come to town this summer. So, have you heard about Russell Crowe? He's got a new movie out that he's directing and starring in. Plays a British father back during World War I. He has to go retrieve his 3 dead sons who died at Gallipoli. So he's doing the rounds of press, and it's come out in the press again that years ago he was prank phone called by a rock and roll legend for like years. He got prank phone called by a legend. Guess what immature rock and roll legend prank phone called Russell Crowe
Oh,
for
I already
years?
know this.
Keith Richards.
Nope. Tim Mahoney.
What? Oh, that's.
Somehow
You said rock and roll, not pop.
he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
No, it's
somehow
of course.
Michael Jackson got Russell Crowe's name and number. He found his name that he would check into, his fake name, his hotel name. So we'd track him down at hotels and call him up.
Oh my God, that is amazing.
Here's what The Guardian said in printed from a recent interview just yesterday. The zenith of Crowe's fame does sound a bit disturbing in other ways. For one thing, he found himself on the receiving end of repeated nuisance calls from, of all people, Michael Jackson. For 2 or 3 fucking years, says Crowe. I never met him, never shook his hand, but he found out the name I stayed in hotels under, so it didn't matter where I was, he'd ring up and do this kind of a thing, like you did when you were 10 years old, you know. Is Mr. Wall there? Is Mrs. Wall there? Are there any walls there? Then what's holding up the roof?
Oh my God.
You're supposed to grow out of that, right?
Oh man.
Oh.
Just beat it, Michael. Jeez. I love that it went on for years.
Weird.
Michael Jackson, like there's so many theories about why, his life and whatever, and that he had no childhood and his childhood was so horrible. And I just feel like the crank calls are just an extension of that. Like he was just a, I don't know. I feel like Michael Jackson was a big kid.
By the way, we're going to be crank phone calling Jeff Dubay coming up in the next half hour during the break. We're going to call Jeff Dubay. He blew us off last week. We found out his Skype name, and we're going to be contacting Jeff Dubay. So stick around for that. All right. So speaking of Michael Jackson, one of his famous friends during that era was in a movie. A musical that NBC just announced that's going to be their next live musical. You know how they just did Peter Pan with Brian Wilson? No, who's the NBC?
Dan Wilson? No.
The NBC
Brian
anchor.
Williams.
Brian Williams, his daughter.
Right.
From Girls. She's an actor in Girls. I forget her name. She played Peter Pan.
Williams.
Before that, what's her face from American Idol did Sound of Music live on NBC. They've been doing these Broadway live musical events, and the next one, this is Diana Ross singing from
The Wiz?
From The Wiz.
Oh, yes!
You like The Wiz?
I love The Wiz. I think
Wow.
The Wiz is...
Think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing.
I was in The Wiz when I was 15.
I
took
got
a
to
Wiz
take
last
a
night.
Whiz.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of The Wiz because I thought the movie was disappointing. Michael Jackson was in The Wiz.
Oh, yeah, he was
This
the
is Diana
Scarecrow.
Ross. Yeah. Beautiful song here.
I I just love the music.
I didn't think there was enough good music. This is a great song. I think Diana Ross was miscast in this. She was too old.
That's what a lot of people said. And actually, there was the woman who was her main competition was the Dorothy on Broadway, and they were like, "That's who should have been cast."
Yeah, well, their name going with the name,
right? Exactly.
Beautiful song. I like this song. And then, of course, Michael Jackson had his song. He was the Scarecrow.
Well, this is the sort of like we're off to see the wizard song.
Yeah.
So this one ease on down the road. Come on in, ease on down.
So this December, NBC is going to do this live, and they've teamed up with Cirque du Soleil.
Oh my gosh!
So visually, it should be a home run.
Do we know like who's playing? We don't know. We don't know the cast yet.
They just yesterday announced that this will be our next live Broadway
Oh,
production.
I wonder if Jennifer Hudson's going to be Dorothy.
She's almost too old.
Do you think? Oh, okay. Because
Maybe.
Dorothy
I
should
don't
be
know.
like really young.
How about Carla Burleen?
What?
You still can't say her name right. It's Borleen.
Burleen?
Berlin. You're right. No, you said it right. I'm sorry, I'm a dick. Anyway.
Why is that? Why that name?
Because she was on the local Dancing with the Stars. I think she's ready.
Oh, right.
Carla.
She's also white and
couldn't be whiter, really.
Yeah.
Oh, I disagree.
And I know. It's like, well, colorblind casting.
Be whiter, really.
She's blonde-haired, blue-eyed.
She could be which one's the contrarian witch?
The contrarian witch.
Yeah.
The evil one or the good
I don't
one?
want to say evil because it sounds racist.
The entire cast will be black, by the way, just so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is racist. That's crap.
Dude, when we did The Wiz when I was 15, of course this was in Orange County, California, and there were, out of like a cast of like 80 white kids, there were 3 black kids.
And they sounded white anyway.
Yeah.
When I was in Fiddler on the Roof at Wayzata High School, we had like hardly any Jewish people at the school. Uh-huh. And only one tried out for the musical, and we cast him as the Russian soldier. So the only Jewish guy.
Nice.
In fact, his name is Ken Boschwitz. People who grew up in Minnesota know the Boschwitz family. We had one Jewish guy, and he played the Russian.
Yeah. Way to go.
Yeah, he played the heavy.
He also financed the whole play, so suck it, bitches.
Thank you, Plywood, Minnesota.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, so
did we just see him together wrestling? Weren't we at Dunn Brothers, and he was in there? Ken.
Was that it?
Yeah. Rudy was in there.
Huh.
Or I was meeting Sean Bernard. And,
I don't know if I
Rudy
was there.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you weren't.
All right. Well, speaking of racist comments, our guy that we were so excited about taking over the Daily Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in trouble already.
I was interested to hear this story, so please.
I mean, the story from U.S. Weekly. Quite a roller coaster. Comedian Trevor Noah's stock fell just as quickly as it rose on Monday, March 30th. The funny man was celebrated yesterday after being named the new host of The Daily Show, following in Jon Stewart's footsteps. While the high stuck around for a few hours, the South African comedian faced a backlash soon after from those who took issue with his past jokes.
Oh, really?
Noah has been labeled as an anti-Semitic, a misogynist, and Twitter is blowing up with that.
Nice.
Good choice taking over for a Jew.
Yeah. Back in May 2014, Noah tweeted, "Behind every successful rap billionaire is a double as rich Jewish man."
I don't think that's that bad. I just made the same joke myself, pretty much. That's not that bad. I mean, it's not great.
Yeah.
Twitter
Grandma
saying-
Lil would not like it. Grandma
Well,
Lil
and here's
would...
the other thing. Wait, what did Twitter say?
One of the Twitter comments, just a tad stereotype, don't you think? Borderline anti-Semitic?
Yeah. But also, I mean, also saying that, like, rap billionaire, inferring that that's a black person who is just made by a white person, right?
Yeah.
That sounds like that's what I gleaned from that.
Noah shot back, there's one rap billionaire. How is this stereotyping? Are you being serious right now?
Oh,
so
interesting.
he's kind of defending it. Another tweet from Noah. South Africans know how to recycle like Israel knows how to be peaceful.
Well, that's a self-deprecating...
I don't like that one.
Back in
You don't like that one?
2011...
Israel doesn't know how to be peaceful.
Back in 2011... Oh, yeah, the
Hey,
weekend.
wait a minute. Whoa, back up.
That it's go. Yep.
Hava,
When Nagila have 2, Nagila have 3, Nagila. They're pretty good.
This is the longest subject, but I got to say, they're in the middle of an island of people who hate them, who keep attacking them. Granted, they are not pacifist by any means, and at times they fight back with perhaps overkill, no pun intended. But I wouldn't say that they're not peaceful. If people let them be, I think you'd see a whole different story, and they're never going to let them be. There you go. Enough said. I love you.
I don't know enough about it. All I know,
it
just seems like a total religious shit show over there.
Yeah.
I am in agreement with Chuck.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. I didn't mean to get all serious.
That's all right.
No, I mean, you look at their track record that they've been able to survive, and given that area of the world, which was beforehand just desert, now thriving in their economy and their buildings, and they have trees and grass and water and all around them. They couldn't figure it out.
Yeah. Well,
and they've survived by being aggressive in their defense.
They are surrounded by people who've come out on record saying we want to wipe them from the face of the earth. I can't say that they're aggressive; they're defensive.
But dude, we get those emails all the time.
Yeah.
No one likes this show. Not one person. We are surrounded.
That's it.
We're surrounded by people who want.
Even Jeff Dubay does not like this
I will
show.
admit, I don't
pegging
know a
hard
whole
here?
lot about it.
Yeah. You know what? Get me and Zane Zadie talking about it because he is the opposing viewpoint for me, and we should get him in here. That would be interesting.
Yeah, I'd love him.
Yeah.
So on October 11th, Noah said, "Oh yeah, the weekend. People are going to get drunk, and I think I'm sexy." # fat chicks everywhere. So the ladies went, "What?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
you know,
he couldn't have foreseen himself becoming the host of the Daily Show. This is just, a dude being a comedian.
That's true.
Well, yeah, the Daily Show media should have done a little background checking, a little vetting. I don't know. No response yet from the Daily Show or Trevor Noah. So far, he's still the replacement. So we'll see what happens.
I want to hear
sure
from John. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm sure this will blow over.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, I don't know. There's so many people who think their opinions are so important, like us three.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, putting their opinion out on Twitter about this guy and his past jokes, and if he had a long history of, if there's like one of, I don't know.
Well, there you go. That sums it up.
Yeah,
that sums up.
Yep.
Yeah, I just want to hear what John Stewart has to say about it because John Stewart's pretty outspoken.
Tune in tonight. I'm sure he may respond to it. Last night was that long-awaited Justin Bieber roast on Comedy Central. Kind of a letdown. Very. It was like, okay, that's not.
Like the
not
pre-hype.
as funny as I thought it was going to be. Hannibal Buress was one of the funnier comedians, but also going viral is him responding to hecklers. There's a video clip of, evidently there was one guy at his last show that was up in the crowd. He was playing in front of 1,000 or more people, but one dude he was so loud, he was disrupting the show. How would you handle it? Here's how Hannibal handled it.
Yeah.
Let's try another one. All right. I'm at a porcupine. It was at an armadillo. I don't know who that is, but they had to go. I'm tired of y'all, man. Stop yelling. Why can't you hold your liquor? And actually, I want to give you the excuse of being drunk and not just being a shitty, obnoxious person. I hope you're drunk. Because I've done shit when I was drunk. Not interrupt the show that 1,100 other people are watching.
Right.
But, when I'm drunk, I like to ruin one or two people's nights. A cab driver, a bartender, a woman that I'm seeing. That's what I don't go on a big venue like, I like to work on a small scale. You, sir, are a social terrorist.
Well done.
Yeah.
You're a social terrorist.
The guy doesn't stop. You want to hear Russ, more of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. At least I worked at it and got on television. You just be in the darkness and shit. You're not gonna even be able to parlay this into any pussy, man. You can't hang out in front of the venue. Hey, that was me yelling like a jackass. You wanna have a drink? Gotta get some light on you, dog.
That's great.
Yeah.
I was watching a comedy show a couple weeks ago, and one of the comics just kind of said something in the crowd, and I think that a lot of comics will hear hear a voice in the crowd and they automatically are like, heckler, and they jump on it.
Yeah.
And I was talking with one of the other stand-up comics who was watching it with me, and he was like, well, here's the problem with how that comic reacted to the heckler, because the comic on stage just kind of he went a little overboard. He unleashed a little bit that didn't need to happen.
He
it was
defended his country aggressively.
It was a small room, so it's like that energy just like brr. And the comic standing next to me watching the show was like, even if you're getting heckled, you still need to remain in control, and you need to let the audience know that you're the one in control. You don't, and it's not a matter of telling them, I'm the one with the mic, I'm the one talking now.
Yeah.
It's like you have to remain calm and in control, and that's exactly what Hannibal did, it sounds like, and he got the crowd way on his side.
Yeah. This happened last weekend. I was hosting a show down in Rochester, and Owen Thomas, very funny comic, the feature, was in the middle, near the end of a set, and I've never seen this before, someone yells, "You suck."
Oh my gosh!
I didn't hear that that's what happened,
Yeah.
but I heard someone say something, and then I heard him respond to them, and he got pissed. Owen is a great guy, and he got pissed, and but he handled it well, I thought. And
how? What did he do?
He just said, "You know what? There's better ways to really."
Yeah.
I mean, he was angry. He didn't make it funny, but he's like, "Really? There's better ways to handle it. Go do a Yelp review. Okay, I suck. I get it. Whatever."
There's a guy who makes his career on dealing with hecklers. And on YouTube, you can search heckler joke comedian. Or
Joe
whatever.
Rogan.
I don't know. No, I don't think it's
He's
him.
really good with hecklers.
Yeah.
Dane Cook once in a stadium, because he's one of the comics that's able to tour like the Target Center and such.
Yeah.
He shouted down at a heckler, and then there was an awkward pause, and he goes, "I know, Mom. It's like you're at the dinner table down. Mom and Dad are fighting."
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Well, hopefully we won't be fighting with Jeff Dubay, but we're going to call him, right? We're going to take a break, and we're going to get a hold of him, and we'll give him a hard time, and we'll be edumacated on sports and things.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
The Twin Cities Hit Show with Rusty, Courtney, and Chuck will be right back.
MacMen. Don't let your computer problems drive you mad. We are MacMen, Minnesota's premier tech consultants and problem solvers for Macs, mobile devices, troubleshooting, training, and much more. No more dragging your computer all over town, because we come to you. We love making house calls to your home or small business. MacMen. Call 612-345-8005. The Alive and Social Network is alive and growing. From the best in sports, music, movies, and beer, Alive and Social is what all the cool kids click on. Featuring characters like radio rebel Jeff Dubay, Star Tribune pundit Jim Suhan, Unfiltered, and television veteran and handsome man Rusty Gatenby. You can also taste the Minnesota Pubcast with Jason and Molly. Join the band with live band karaoke night from legendary O'Gara's in St. Paul, and the live music showcase from Shamrocks. Yes, Alive and Social Network does indeed rock and roll. The Jeff Dubay Show, Jim Suhan Unfiltered, the Rusty Gatenby Review, the Minnesota Pubcast with Jason and Molly, live band karaoke, and Shamrock's live music showcase. Join the fun. Be alive and social with the Alive and Social Network.
With Suhan Unfiltered, sports columnist for the Minneapolis Star-Tribune, Jim Suhan presents in-depth conversations with the best writers and sports personalities in the area. Suhan brings professional journalism flavor without the verbal censoring. Find out what unfiltered really means. Only on the Alive and Social Network. SuhanUnfiltered.com.
You're listening to the Twin Cities Hit Show with Rusty, Courtney, and Chuck. Say it 3 times fast. We just dare you.
let this world just weigh on your shoulders. Pick it up.
All right, we're back.
Yes, we are.
We're front.
Did this magical devil technology Skype work?
I'm sweating like a pig.
Well,
Stuff makes me nervous.
That's normal for you.
True.
Were we able to? I can see
Yeah.
Jeff. I
Yeah.
see you.
Okay.
Can hear you.
So already I call bullshit. You said you were going to be naked. You're fully clothed. That's nice.
But that's as much as you're going to see. Am I on video or on like?
No. But we can
No.
describe whatever visual
Oh,
you
thank
would
God.
like to show us.
I look like hell. Look at me. I had my lost a tooth. Look at that.
My son knocked my
Nice.
tooth out during a lacrosse thing. Did someone punch you out? Sean
no
Bernard
business
punch.
playing
Did
lacrosse,
you
though.
and Sean finally get into it?
Oh, too soft. No, I was like 3 months. 3 months ago, I was moving because I'm a gypsy. I move every couple of months.
Nice.
And I just got smoked in the mouth of the box from an overzealous carrying partner, and it was loose for 3 months. It was the craziest 3 months because, I'm 47. I don't want to have a gap in my mouth.
Yeah.
So I nursed that thing. I had like applesauce, liquid dye. I nursed that tooth.
Hey,
I
Jeff.
was hoping it would
At
regrip.
46, would you be okay having a gap in your mouth? The way you said
Well,
that.
yeah, because it'll come back. It's a baby tooth, But at 47, I'm an idiot. I look like an idiot right now. But
Michael Strahan has no problem with his gap.
well, he and Common Man and David Letterman, they got that one right here. But this is a little different. This is very Cletus-like.
Cletus.
I'm gonna make some dental students' day down at the U of M. They're gonna love me.
Yeah. Well, I think you should just embrace the new look and go all Cletus. Just
Well, I am a hockey guy. I didn't play, but I can grow a play out beard and lose a tooth. Big deal.
yeah, that's true. Those hockey players, that's part of who doesn't have a tooth missing if you're a
speaking of
hockey
outfits,
player.
Since you just said that,
Yeah.
last night, through my own personal connections, I secured Jordan Leopold for tomorrow's Wild Wednesday show.
Nice.
That's breaking news as it happens.
That's a good get. He
I think he's from Minnesota. I think.
yeah, we've read about that. What are you going to ask him? What do you want to know?
I've known him since 2000. We're old friends. I've drank in his garage, for God's sake.
Nice.
Bragger.
It was a flip cup tournament. It gets pretty shady.
Flip cup tournament.
Yeah, it's like every year he'd have a flip cup tournament in his garage with all his former teammates, all his old buddies. It was kind of a reunion deal.
Yeah.
And at the age of 40, I got to act like I was in a fraternity. It was not good.
I imagine he's got a pretty nice garage.
It's nicer than any place I've ever lived. I've never, honestly, he's got the garage set up. This is how you know somebody's married.
Oh.
And that marriage just kind of is what it is when you got the garage set up really nice to hang out in. Like King of Queens?
Yeah.
Like if you're hanging out in the garage, you know what single guys don't hang out in the garage.
Ah, I see.
But, no, he does have it set up. He's got a toilet in his garage.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, but it was missed all night long. The participants wasn't fantastic. Somebody barfed in the sink, I believe, but I'm not dropping any names.
It sounds like a heck of a night.
There's a heater, there's a TV.
That's lazy pooping.
A hell of a garage. It's
lazy pooping.
If you come over to my garage, I do have a bathroom, but it's called the Bush, and you just go out and pee. That's all you do.
Yeah, that's what I do when I'm inside. If it's the middle of the night, I roll over to wake up. I pee. I got a prostate thing. I'm 47. It happens. If I'm rolling over in the middle of the night and I got to pee and I'm just dead tired,
yeah.
I grab a bottle. I'm not above it.
My God.
I'm not going to catheter myself, but I'll pee. I'm not going to. I don't want to run across the hallway either. There's a happy medium between getting out of bed and sticking something up your dick, and it is. It's pee in a bottle.
But what if later on in the night, you don't want to make that mistake, like I'm parched, I need to drink. Oh, my God, it's the pee bottle.
What about flailing?
Well, that would be bad.
There's flailing that happens.
I'm pretty good at recognizing my own urine. It's gotten me in plenty of trouble.
By taste?
Got me in trouble.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, little testing of the urine. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what right does the court have to your own bodily fluids? Who the hell do they think they are? That's my pee.
I'll need that back when you're done with it, sir.
Well, seriously. And I was the most degrading thing about it all is I was always drug tested by a guy who looked just like Chris Bosch. I was getting busted by Chris Bosch. He was just like this tall, skinny, African American guy with dreads. But Bosch doesn't have dreads, but when he's in Toronto, he did.
Yeah.
This guy was like Chris Bosch.
What county was this?
Ramsey.
Okay.
I don't like going to St. Paul.
I used to collect pee from people, Jeff. I used to collect pee from people, but not your pee. Although I would like to collect your pee.
Did Ontario Smith? Did he ever fake you out with the appendage?
Oh, that's right. He was a
yeah,
Whizzinator.
The Whizzinator.
But, in all honesty, I see why there's a market for that. like when you take the test at Ramsey. Now, of course, there's Ramsey County, so they've got all kinds of resources. But they've got like the like the mirrors they have in dressing rooms at stores, like with the multi angles, so you can like see 17 versions of yourself. Yeah. They've got that. It's like you're peeing with 12 dicks. I mean, the guy can see you from across the street. So
I feel like that already. I feel like I'm peeing with 12 dicks.
Really well-made fake penis. And it's a huge fake penis.
That's an image I don't think I'll be able to forget for the rest of the day. Thank you, Jeff.
That brings a bag of dicks.
My fake one could be big.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Give me some slack.
Jeff, here's one of the reasons that I love your show.
That's what I'm going to call it from now on, is The Gorgeous Beast. We're flying out that book.
What other?
Called the guy's dick a beat, the gorgeous beast. I reached around and grabbed the gorgeous beast. Nobody in the history of the world has ever said that about a guy's dick. Ever.
You haven't met Courtney.
Maybe not.
Oh, whatever. I guess I'm just better than everybody else.
Nobody said it to you.
I can deal with that.
Sweet wetness. And the other hand on your breasts, massaging them and rolling your nipples, of course, again, one at a time. We do. I moan really loudly now.
Well, that's
Take
me.
your pants off, I demand.
Yeah, that's you. You could,
Okay,
you could have a side gig.
I keep my solo dance.
This is
I keep up my solo dance, as he does.
Do some audio book on tape. Come on.
Oh yeah, that's me. That's me. I'm barely literate, for God's sake. I mean, it's I don't want to embarrass myself publicly. I'm reading at a 5th grade level, for God's sake.
Well, it's better than 4th grade. Come on.
I mean, I only read kids' books, so it's okay, I guess. And I played in my competition.
Here's one of the reasons I like your show, Jeff. I think we're watching the Phoenix rise again, aren't we? Because your career has tanked a few times, and now you're coming back again.
I mean, the same acts that got me got you. I don't know if we failed over at Hubbard. I mean, it bugs me a little bit that they spent $500,000 on a party and then let me go for my $40,000 salary. It just didn't quite add up.
Yeah,
I should have sued. I should have done. I should have sued Stanley for sexual harassment because that joke he told at the Christmas party.
Yeah,
we could have gotten him. We could have teamed up. We could have been class action.
That
well, yeah. I mean, 2008 was that was bad. I mean, that was a career going down the toilet.
Yeah.
I tell you what, the 1 year at Hubbard was it was just so weird. I mean, when I worked at Clear Channel for 15 years, it wasn't Clear Channel the whole time. I mean, whatever, it was at the end.
Yeah.
But you're always hearing about, you got to get out of this big there's a big faceless corporation, the big meanies. Over at Hubbard, that's the family atmosphere. That's the place to be. Everybody was always trying to defect over there, in one way or the other, like salespeople and whatever. And then I got there, and I mean, I was really grateful for the opportunity. I was glad to be working there, but I got there. I'm just kind of like, does anybody do anything here? It's like everybody was 80. Nobody sold anything. The building's falling apart. It's got asbestos, for crying out loud. There's signs. You know what? Don't ever put up a sign saying there's asbestos. Get the fucking asbestos out. Put a sign there. It's just like, it just doesn't make sense. But I mean, honesty.
Yeah.
I mean, at Clear Channel, you can say what you want. Maybe it's the fear of God, but people are running around, busting their ass, making things happen, and Hubbard, people are stretching and yawning and sleeping. I mean, it just was the weirdest place I've ever. I mean, the furniture in the upstairs office looked like it was off the set of Three's Company. It's like,
that was my impression having been there too.
Place.
Yeah.
Wow. Listen to you. You're not afraid of the wrath of Hubbard?
Oh, like they're going to hire me again. It's over for me. I mean, I'm making $50 a week doing a podcast. I'm fine.
You'll never work in this town again, Dubay.
Is that Bernard? Because don't get me started with him again. He ruined my show yesterday. Now he's going to ruin yours with his liberal rhetoric and his Obama.
Do you blame Obama for getting fired?
I just think Obamacare should be illegal. I don't know how it got passed. It should flat out be against the law.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, no, it had nothing to do with my downfall at Hubbard. That was because people couldn't sell anything. But in all honesty, you can't do talk on AM radio anymore. You can't do anything on AM radio anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe Morse code. That's about it. I mean, AM radio's dead. And you know why AM radio's dead? It's not because the sound is at backs. It's not. It's because every car comes with like 5 set of FM. So you got to push a button like 6 times just to get to AM. And nobody's doing that. And that, seriously, I think is the biggest reason.
Yeah. Screw you, Joe Souchere. I don't listen to him anymore. It's too much work.
Oh, God. I tell you what, that reminds me of another story. I'd been there about a week. I mean, and this was like the end of Apocalypse Now, and he's Brando. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not kidding. After the show, Judd and I get off the air, and Brad Lane comes up to me and goes, "You ready to meet him?" I mean, I had no. What are you talking about? Ready to meet him? Who's him? There's a him here. I mean, is somebody important enough here that he's just a him? I mean, I didn't know. I mean, I know who Sucre was, but I didn't think people, revered him like this. So they take me on this forever walk. I mean, down a long hallway and up to the stairs, up into an office, a big office that's got like cubicles to fit 40, and there's one man in it, and he's in the far corner in the corner desk. And with all the lights off, I mean, it was like being taken to Brando at the end of Apocalypse Now. I was Charlie Sheen.
And did he have?
It took like 5 minutes to get up to where he was from the studio, and then there's this like basically Elvis meets the Fonz kind of leather jacket with the collar up from a distance. I'm like, I mean, it was a little intimidating.
Yeah.
You just turned and shook my hand, and it was over that quickly.
Joe, I grew up across the street from that fella, and the whole neighborhood gathered around the radio for his very first broadcast ever, sat in his backyard and listened to him, thought, wow, what is this? Yeah. He's still friends with his family.
He's a nice guy. I had no problem with anybody over there. Everybody was pleasant. It just wasn't a very functional place, that's all.
Yeah. Well,
Dan Siemens is good at his job anywhere, and he's a great guy. Brad Lane's a great guy, does a great job. I mean, everybody on the air. I loved everybody on the air. I've known Phil Mackey forever. I've known Judd forever. I mean, it was a fun place to work.
You liked hanging out with Patrick and I, right?
Just kind of moved at the speed of old.
Moved at the speed of old.
You liked hanging out with Patrick Hammer and I, right? You'd come in and invade the morning show.
Oh, that was a blast. That was the best part of the job. And that was my brainchild, by the way.
Nice.
We were trying to brainstorm on, Clear Channel's got all these stations. They've got FM for sports talk. They've got all these things that we just can't come up with. And I said, we got a TV station in our basement. Open your eyes. I mean, they don't. Clear Channel does not have a TV station in their basement. I mean, they can be on Fox 9 with the stupid little mobile camera. Who gives a shit? We got a TV station straight underneath us. Why are we not on it? And that's when we started doing the thing with Hammer. Despite how we felt about him, but we for the show.
Hammer's got his whole set of issues,
Hey, what happened to him at 11? In all honesty, I love Hammer. He could do sports if he had to, but what happened to him at 11? Did they just not like him or what?
It was a temporary gig, and I think 11 kind of didn't realize that he was going to have fans respond to having him back on the air. They had already hired a younger guy, and so they're like, but the younger guy can't start until after January. Patrick Hammer, would you come over? Kind of just fill in, and the phones went off the hook. Julie Nelson was like, oh my God, we've never seen so many emails. So then they were stuck. It's like, wow, now we got the new guy that we've already hired.
Well, didn't the same thing happen at Hubbard? I mean, didn't the day he was taken off the air, wasn't there another huge fan reaction?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty weird for a weather guy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I love Hammer. I got to get him on my show again. I had him on like back in the first week, like in October.
Yeah.
But I mean, God, we had a blast, and I was was afraid at some point I was going to say too much or say the wrong thing or completely freak him out. But he's a really good guy. But you don't see that kind of passion for meteorologists these days. I mean, the science nerd is starting to rule the roost, I guess.
Yeah. Well, evidently there was a bit of a backlash when I got fired.
Oh, Rusty.
The emails came in, the phone. No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah. My favorite day at KSTP is, this is a Hammer story. It's a Monday. We go downstairs to do the sports on the news, and Hammer's at his desk. You've called in sick, and he's got your Facebook up looking at pictures of you from the night before at Maynard's. You're just tanked. You're at Maynard's like falling in the lake, and then you call in sick on Monday morning. Hammer, he couldn't.
Now, you said this last time, but that's not the story. There is a story.
He showed me the pictures.
I know the pictures were not from the night before. The pictures,
the woman that you're far too unattractive to be with.
You're referring to my wife.
Yes. I mean, clearly you had
my wife,
you submission or something. I don't know what else you could.
The photo was from the Friday where I was helping her move out of Mankato, and I had bronchitis, and I had a cough.
You were sitting at the bar in Maynard's.
It was not Maynard's. The story is not accurate. Are you a journalist? Do you want the facts?
Football.
You're broadcasting the wrong score. That is not the score. The score is it was a Friday, and I was in Mankato. I tried to sleep it off. I couldn't get my voice back. You want me to come here and just sit here and look at the wall? I need to rest. I need to rest.
All I know is you called in sick Monday and you were drinking at Maynard's on Sunday.
It was in Mankato. And yeah, I did have to go talk to the bosses. I had to explain this exact story to the bosses because they were all like,
yeah, because they were told on you.
Yeah, well, fucker.
Oh. What good friends you
So
have.
I had to go up and explain that I still, I was still hacking and couldn't talk. I'm like, you wanted me to, I have no voice. I had doctor's prescription, all that. But thanks to people like Jeff Dubay, the rumor now continues.
Let's keep this
Okay,
going.
we used to always, when you were doing the traffic, Judd and I would just like lean over and whisper to Hammer, get him off. Rusty's digging into our time. Nobody cares about 35W North right now. Get him off the air. Or you're doing like a story about goats or something. Like like, come on, goats are coming into our time.
I love goats.
Very vain. We wanted our close-up, Mr. DeMille.
So let's quickly talk about your show, and we should now be excited about the Wild. For a while there, we were worried, but
Yeah, well, how about
it's
this?
bandwagon time?
Well, yeah. If you're not on by now, it might be a little late, but ESPN does power rankings. This is like they do for all sports. And the Wild are right now the number one ranked team in the National Hockey League.
Nice.
I mean, they might be the 8th seed in the playoffs, but they're considered to be right now, as of today, the best team in the league, at least, for another week. And Dubnyk is the player of the month 2 straight months, which is pretty good since he's been here 2 months. Anything else would have been wasted on us. When they made this deal, it was right around my birthday, and we were doing Wild Wednesday out at Burger Mo's, and Scott Schweitz, one of the co-hosts of the show, started. I mean, that night, without knowing next to nothing about Dubnyk, he started calling him the savior as a joke, completely tongue in cheek. And talk about prophetic. I mean, nobody could have ever seen this happening. And the coolest part of this whole thing to me is the personal story. I mean, he's a married guy with a wife and kids. He had a terrible time in Phoenix. You take the kids out of school. Do you live in a hotel? What do you do? Blah, blah, blah. So he gets traded here, and Parisi gives him his house. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, Zach.
Probably got a nice garage, too.
Cities. And he just, he's like, you know what? If this goalie's going to come in here and be the guy who's going to do it for us, I want him to have his family, and I want them to all be comfortable. I'm putting him in my house in Edina. I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah, that is very cool.
I mean, it's Zach Parisi, too. It's not like just some idiot.
And your guest today, Leopold, did his daughter's letter actually have an impact on the decision?
You mean the letter Y that's in her name instead of the letter A that's in his? How about the fact that he's Jordan and she's Jordan? You name a daughter after her father?
Well, if you're George Foreman, you do, but
the letter had nothing to do with getting him. They needed a left-handed defenseman, and he was a perfect fit. I mean, I remember one of the first things that the Riseborough Wild, the Riseborough-Lemaire Wild, a point they emphatically tried to drive home was that this was not going to be your hometown team. I mean, this wasn't going to be, this is not the University of Minnesota where we're trying to get all these local guys. We just don't care. And they stayed away from college guys in general. I mean, not just Minnesota guys, but see, now that's because that was the arrogant, Montreal, the habitant, we're the best franchise in the history of the league. We're from Canada. We know better than everybody. And there is there was for a long time kind of a little stigma against American college players. Like they were just kids, they're not important. So like for the first 10 years of this franchise, they hardly touched college players and they had no Gophers. But all of a sudden we got this like crazy landslide. It's just one after, even Jordan Schrader's good. I mean, it's just none of it's making any sense. But I mean, this team has a ton of college players. I mean, like half the roster is, old WCHA guys. And what's so cool about that, they hang out together in the summer. They skate and work out together in the summer. So I mean, they're tight on and off the ice. They've been playing with and or against each other for a dozen years. So I mean, the core is a tight group, and I think that fans do enjoy a little local flavor. I mean, for one thing, when the team's at home, if Yo has 3 Gopher forwards suited up, like for instance Howell, Vanek, and Schrader, he's quite frequently throw them together for a few shifts to have the Gopher quote Gopher line on the ice, because he thinks the fans are going to react to it and it's going to put a charge in the crowd. Are you guys still there? Because my screen just went out.
Yeah, no,
we're still here.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, no, sorry. The porn. It's a virus. Don't worry about it. It happens at the worst time.
Yeah. Wow.
But I mean, so Leopold wasn't. Long story short, wasn't brought here because he's from here, because his daughter thought he was sad. Or I mean, it was the cutest letter I've ever read in my life.
Well, and the media hopped on it. They were like,
well, they should. I mean, that's a crazy, cute human interest story.
Yeah.
But I mean, in all honesty, they needed a veteran defenseman who wasn't going to cost them much, who has a left-handed shot, and they could trust in the playoffs, and they got it. And it was just a perfect fit for everybody.
Hey, Jeff.
But the real trade, the trade that nobody talks about as much as the Dubnyk trade or the Leopold trade is this Chris Stewart trade, because that thing is really working out. I mean, Chris Stewart I don't want to call him an elite player, but he's absolutely a top six forward, a power play guy, power forward, tough, good locker room guy. I mean, that was a steal. I mean, that's the most underrated deal they made.
Jeff, I got two quick questions for you. Number one, what kind of porn do you watch? And number two, is there a bird in your house? We're hearing some chirping.
Oh, God, you can hear that, can't you?
Yeah, it sounds like children tied up.
Oh, why would anybody ever want a bird in their house?
I don't know.
Oh, my God. I mean, I'm moving into an apartment, 31st and Girard, June 1st, like a block from Calhoun Square.
All right.
It's not ready till June 1st. So I'm staying with a friend of mine in, I don't want to say it out loud, Cottage Grove. I'm literally slumming it in Cottage Grove. I didn't mean that Cottage Grove. You shut up too, St. Paul Park. I'm in Cottage Grove, which is bad enough. I feel like I'm in Milwaukee. But she's got 3 birds.
Wow.
And they fucking hate me. And then they say shit to me. The one you can hear is she calls it, I guess it's an Amazon. It's this giant white parrot.
Ah.
And it just screeches until you tell it to fuck off or pound on the door, and then it just kind of whimpers and shuts up for 2 minutes and starts up again. And then there's a little bird out in the living room that if I go out in the living room, this thing goes into panic mode and starts calling Becky. Becky's the owner. And like if I walk through the living room, the thing just freaks out. Becky. Like I'm not going to do anything to you, bird. You're in a cage. Just shut the fuck up for a minute.
Hey, Jeff.
I'm constantly on edge because of these birds.
Jeff, I feel like you
if
already.
I was going to be here until the fall, they would all 3 be on the Thanksgiving table.
Yeah.
I feel like you answered question 1 there. What kind of porn do you like?
So loud and right. You can hear that. I'm glad you can hear that. That's my pain. That bird is it's Satan's spawn.
So then what kind of porn do you like?
Animal Barnyard, ironically.
Ironically.
All right, we're running out of time, but I got a real quick. Adrian Peterson, should we want him back?
Do I?
Yeah. Should we?
Yeah,
Viking fans.
He can still play. And this team, if you put him on this team last year, they might have made the playoffs. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is just. I mean, he was an idiot for whipping his kid. Then the fans are jackasses because they can't just stop and say, "Hey, a decent guy made a mistake." No, he's instantly a bad person.
Right.
So okay, now that feels good if you're Adrian Peterson. You've been up here for 8 years, solid citizen, doing a lot of community work. You screw up big. But instantly, everybody thinks you're a bad person. I mean, it's okay to say, hey, you really fucked this one up. But it doesn't mean he's a bad guy. I mean, Jesus. It just means he did something really, really, really stupid. And then the Wilfs sell him out to the NFL because they didn't want him around. So they team up with Goodell against him to keep him off the field because they don't want to deal with him. It's just, like, well, why do we want to deal with this mess? So absolutely nobody had his back. And I think he had a right to feel slighted. He was just too stupid to keep his mouth shut about it. I mean, it's like you get in a fight with your girlfriend and you know you're right, but you just shut up about it, you know? Because you'll be an asshole if you tell her she's a bitch. It's hard to believe I'm single, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, seriously. Peterson, this whole thing started with him being a complete idiot.
Yeah.
It escalated with the public overreacting and chasing like angry villagers in a Frankenstein movie, running around with torches for somebody to hang. And then it turned into... the power of the NFL and the ownership of the Vikings just being too much for him to overcome. Should have got a 6-game suspension for this. At worst, he sat out a season. I don't know how they pulled it off legally, to be honest.
The Vikings
paid
really,
him, I guess, but that is still. It's just that he got a suspension much longer than the league mandates, and then when the fans overreacted and treated him much more poorly than he deserved, he was stupid enough to complain about it. If he would just shut up and showed some contrition and then just. I mean, does anybody talk to this guy? Does anybody just like get in his ear and say, "What the hell are you doing?" Because if he would have just shut up at that point, I think the whole thing would have been fine. Now it might be irreparable.
Yeah. Wow. That's too bad.
Oh, who knows? I don't know anything.
I don't know anything.
Hey,
he's not telling me what he's going to do. If that's what you're asking, but it seems pretty. The bridges are burning. They're at least smoking.
Well, you got time to hang out and listen to the rest of the show and chime in?
What time is it?
It's
4:30 in the afternoon.
No, it's
I've got for like 4 more minutes.
yeah. No, we're flexible. We're flexible. You got 4
Yeah,
minutes.
isn't that great? I mean, it's like when people say, "When's your show on?" I say, "You know what? It's on when I get there. It's just over when I want it to be." But that's hard to get used to. Just it's like being God. I mean, there's no being late for a podcast. It's when you get there.
Well, now we're going to talk to our good time girl, Courtney. Have you enjoyed meeting or hanging out with Jeff here?
Sure.
As we look at him lying in his pajamas.
Right. Oh my God! Pull down your shirt, Jeff. Like, seriously, we can see your belly just hanging.
Whoa! That was a crotch shot.
Honestly, I just kind of tune out during sports talk.
Can you see that?
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's lovely.
Yep. No, it's not.
Is that your target?
Oh, not the white one. The white one's the worst one ever. The big white one. I mean, but if I open that cage, it probably come out and kill me.
All right. Well, don't do that.
It's dangerous. That bird has an agent. It makes money in commercials. That bird makes more than I do. I'll say that right
well, yeah. Well, leave it alone then. Courtney, what do you got?
I just have this little thing. Apparently, selfie sticks have been banned by Coachella and Lollapalooza.
Why?
Well, they've become popular, but a polemical photo taking tool. A spokeswoman for Coachella would not comment on the restriction, but they've they dismissed them as narcissistics on a list of prohibited items, which also includes hula hoops, Sharpies, totems. We don't know what that means.
This is all silly.
Yes, drones
are
stuff.
Because guys are using them to take upskirt shots of women, and they don't want to step down
that's
true. They don't want to tell you that's the reason they're rough on them. Because the idiots who haven't figured it out yet will start doing it. That's really the problem.
Jeff, were you the one that
upskirt shots?
He gave us an upskirt shot.
Yeah, right.
It's not a joke. I mean, there's websites devoted to it. Oh, God, I shouldn't have said that. But no, seriously.
Hypothetically.
No, I believe them.
Yeah, no, I would say that is probably a really great reason to ban them. I would also think that you could probably hit somebody pretty hard with it. It could be a weapon.
Oh, those sticks?
The selfie sticks. Like, right. I mean, they're not. It's not like they're that heavy duty, but you can probably clock somebody.
When I was a kid, you couldn't bring a camera to a concert.
Right.
Let alone a camera on a stick.
Yeah, there you go.
Camera into a concert.
Yeah.
All right.
So there you go.
You can't bring cameras on sticks to the state fair.
You can go to Coachella and you can go to Lollapalooza, and you don't have to worry about people taking pictures of your undercarriage.
Thank
God. I don't want to go to Coachella with a camera.
I don't need to shave before the show.
Is that it? Is that all you got?
That's all I got.
All right,
yeah.
Well, then let's do some crime. Let's do some crime.
And they're done that.
Okay.
Chuck, you have a real newspaper in front of you.
I'm going old school today. Shooting at NSA headquarters leaves one dead. Two men in a allegedly stolen car may have taken a wrong turn in a restricted area. Of course, the NSA headquarters in Baltimore.
Oh.
The overnight tryst began in Baltimore. 3 men, 2 dressed as women.
Wait, what?
Yeah, this is a great story, yes. It continued at a motel on US 1, and when one of the men woke up on Monday morning, his 2 cross-dressing companions and his Ford Escape were gone. The dark-colored Escape was headed south on Baltimore-Washington Parkway. Its driver, in what authorities believe could have been a mistake, took a restricted exit leading to a security post at the sprawling campus of the NSA in Fort Meade, Maryland.
And they are dressed as chicks.
Yes, and they happen to still be dressed in their little outfits. Well, what it turns out, it was a drug-fueled, prostitution-filled evening with the 3. The 2 took off in the one's car, and as fate would have it, they took a wrong turn and drove into the NSA headquarters where they were promptly shot.
Wow. The cross-dressing dudes were shot.
Yes.
That's funny.
I think we have audio of this before they got shot. These microphone of the 2 guys in the car here. Listen.
Bum, bum, bum.
They're doing some singing, I guess.
Looks like Smoke on the Water.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and gay. And I pity any girl who isn't me today. La 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 la.
What is that from?
It's the audio from the guys before they got shot, dressed up as women.
Sean, it was a good bit, but it would have been better if he did tunes from the Rocky Horror.
Yeah, that's true.
This is.
Oh my God! Where did you
And
find
so
this?
pretty
Oh,
that I hardly can believe
Sandler.
I'm real.
That's what I was wondering.
It's Jack Nicholson and Adam Sandler.
oh my God! That's
It's
awesome.
not actually the two cross-dressing people who got shot. Say, I'm sorry.
Say.
No.
So the
All
moral
right.
of the story is, if you're going to do a drug-fueled, rage, sex-filled prostitute as a cross-dresser and steal a car,
Call me first. I'll tell you. I'll give you the lowdown.
I'll give you the lowdown. Don't take a left, take a right.
I never drove into the NSA. I drove.
No.
Well, I drove up 36th English, and that's how it got me in trouble.
Yeah, that's a bad area up there by Maplewood. Brutal. Yeah, so there's that. I have more, but we're over.
We're over?
We're done.
We're done.
All right.
I know I am.
Well, thanks, Jeff, for joining the show.
Yeah, thank
Sorry
you,
to be a
Jeff.
different person.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very fun to look at.
Yeah.
Next time, bring a bird over.
Oh God,
We should have.
go out of your mind. You go out of your mind.
Chuck, will you please press Command Shift 3 on your on the that computer on the main
What are we
computer?
doing?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What's happening?
Is that your Command Shift 3 all together? Hold them down.
Explain what we're doing.
We're taking a screenshot of Jeff
Oh,
Bay.
you didn't want to. Wow.
Oh, but all right. Thanks so much, everybody, for listening to the Twin Cities Hit Show. You can find us online at Facebook. You just search Twin Cities Hit Show. We're TwinCitiesHitShow.com, and on Twitter at Cities Hit Show. If you see the word shit, you're doing it right.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Look, he's gyrating. The band is gyrating. Look at this.
Dancing. All right. It's got a good show tomorrow. Tune in. We'll see you tomorrow.
You're all the best. See you, Jeff.
It's over. The hit show is over. You've been listening to the Twin Cities Hit Show with Rusty, Courtney, and Chuck. Now go home, unless you're already home.